Did you know that Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor, only slept for about 3 hours a night? Let's round it up to 4 hours. This means he would work a staggering 20 hours a day. Imagine how much he accomplished with all that dedicated time. If we do the math, multiplying 20 hours by 365 days in a year, we get a whopping 300 hours in a year dedicated to work. No wonder he was so successful. Now think about this. If you're wondering why you're not as wealthy as you'd like to be, it's because you haven't put in as much time and effort into your work. Tesla was constantly innovating and working on his inventions, leaving no time to focus on making money. But we see the results of his hard work and ideas everywhere around us. Now let's talk about money. Let's say you make a measly $20 an hour. Multiply that by the 300 hours that Tesla worked in a year, and you get a staggering $146,000. Of course, chances are you make more than $20 an hour. So the number just keeps getting bigger. Now let's compare this to a regular person. If you work a typical 2 hours a year, which is much less than what Tesla put in, you're only making about $40,000. That means Tesla was making an extra $100 per year just by putting in the extra hours. So here's the secret to success and wealth. Dedicate more time and effort to your work. Don't let your boss fool you into thinking that education and critical thinking will get you ahead. They don't want you to be empowered and knowledgeable. But remember, if you want to increase your chances of success and financial freedom, follow Tesla's example and work harder than anyone else. Are you familiar with what it feels like to have everything riding on you? Many people don't understand the immense pressure that comes with such responsibility. Most of our families are trapped in a monotonous cycle, working their entire lives to make another person wealthy. It's no wonder that when you bring up money around those who are less fortunate, they shut down. Money seems to be at the root of many of their problems, and they are afraid to confront their fears associated with it. But here's the thing. Money itself is neither good nor bad. It's just a tool, just like a hammer. A hammer can be harmful, even deadly, if used with ill intent. On the other hand, a hammer can be incredibly useful for practical tasks like pounding nails. Money serves a similar purpose. It can have positive or negative effects. Unfortunately, some people grow up believing that money is scarce because their parents hoarded it away, but in reality, there is an abundance of trillions of dollars available. However, none of it is actually real. What we believe about money and its worth is simply because someone else told us so. Imagine if instead of striving to accumulate wealth, our focus was on raising our children to become outstanding ladies and gentlemen. Let's come back to the topic of pressure. Have you ever thought about what else is under extreme pressure? Precious gems and diamonds, some of Earth's most valuable possessions. Rather than feeling scared under pressure, we should see it as our obligation and believe that we can overcome it. You see, the best things often emerge from extreme pressure. Take Michael Jordan, for example. Down by 5 points in the fourth quarter with only 2 minutes to go. He wouldn't have said, "Let the other team win." No, he would buckle down and fulfill his obligations to his team and fans. Even if they lost, he gave it his all. And that's all anyone can ask for. When you give 100 to 110%, you are still a hero. Pressure exists everywhere in raising kids, getting married, or even when your parents tell you that you have 2 weeks to find a place to live. The fear of pressure shouldn't paralyze us. Instead, let's treat it as just another challenge in the game of life. Like we're inside a video game. Don't think, "Poor me, I'll never be able to do this." Instead, realize how fortunate you are to have the opportunity to face and conquer pressure. Life is full of pressure, and sometimes we fail, but we should never give up. Learn from our failures and try again. I know I'm not one to give up easily. You might have pressure from your boss at work, but I have pressure to make the world a better place. There are always consequences for failure, but we mustn't allow that to stop us. Embrace fear and pressure. Be like a diamond that emerges smooth and shining from extreme pressure. Don't fear in your life. Save the fear for after death. Then you'll have nothing to worry about. Lastly, don't worry in the present. Worry won't solve anything, but it will only make you uneasy. When worry arises, simply pause and remind yourself, I am not worried. I am strong and brave, and I can do this. That's all. If you enjoyed this message, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in another video. Adios.